Good morning children, I hope all of you doing well and you all are studying nicely for your exams. Okay, today we will be doing the second part of climatic zones of the earth. Children, as I had told you on the earlier part that there are three zones and the names of the zones, the torrid zone, the temperate zone and the frigid zone. Okay, and now let us read. Climatic zones of the earth. On the basis of latitude and all over climatic patterns, the world can be divided into three major heat zones. These zones are also referred to as temperature zones. Now children, the question can be two types. What are climatic zones or what are temperature zones? So your answer will be same. Okay, all of them get different amount of sunlight because of their varying distance from the equator. Because of the sun rays, the zones are differing from each other. The equator receives the direct sun rays of the sun. Temperate zone and the frigid zone is hardly getting any sun rays. It gets the slanting sun rays, and temperate zone, since that area is moderate, it gets the sun rays as slanting as well as some direct sunlight is also there. But more or less it is more towards the slanting rays. Torrid zone. The areas lying between the equator and each of the two tropics fall in the torrid zone. The northern part between 0 degree and 23.5 degree north is called the north torrid zone. Now children, here, from here to here is your north torrid zone. Okay, now the south torrid zone and the southern part between 0 degree and 23.5 degree south is called the south torrid zone. From equator till here is the southern torrid zone, south torrid zone. Okay, the torrid zone receives intense sunlight throughout the year. Even though the area receives heavy rains, the rate of evaporation is very high. Hence, this zone experiences hot, humid and wet climate with mild winters. The torrid zone has equal days and nights throughout the year. Now children, this is equal day and equal nights throughout the year. In the previous class in the temperate zone, you must have read about the equinox. This is the place where you will find it's the equinox. Because why? Because of equal days and equal nights. Okay. Now children, it is quite obvious if there is heavy rainfall, but there is a high rate of evaporation. Why? Because of the sun rays. They are falling directly on this area, this zone. Okay, that is why it gets evaporated very fast. And hence they experience hot, humid and wet climate. So you can underline from here, the torrid zone receives intense sunlight throughout the year. Even though the area receives heavy rain, the rate of evaporation is very high. Hence, this zone experiences hot, humid and wet climate with mild winters. The torrid zone has equal days and equal nights throughout the year. Remember this children, that it has equal days and equal nights. Okay. Now comes the temperate zone. The temperate zone extends from the Tropic of Cancer to the Arctic Circle, 66.5 degree north in the northern hemisphere, and from the Tropic of Cancer to the Antarctic Circle, 66.5 degrees south in the southern hemisphere. These are called northern temperate zone or southern temperate zone respectively. Now let us see what kind of climate do they have. The temperate zone normally has a drier and cooler climate than the torrid zone. A greater difference between summer and winter temperatures can be found in this zone. There is also a major difference in the hours of daylight and that this zone receives during various seasons. During summers the days are long and nights are short, while it is just opposite during winters. Okay children, so in this temperate zone the days in the summers are longer and the nights are shorter, and in winters just the opposite takes place. The days are shorter and the nights are longer. Okay, now is the frigid zone. What is a frigid zone? Frigid zone is a very cold zone. The frigid zone lies between the Arctic Circle and the North Pole, 90° north in the northern hemisphere and between the Antarctic Circle and the South Pole, 90° south in the southern hemisphere. In the north it is called the North Frigid Zone and in the south it is known as the South Frigid Zone. This zone receives slanted sun rays, that is low intensity of sunlight. As a result, the area experiences an extremely cold climate. Now children, since the rays are being slanted, it is very low intensity of sunlight. There is a very low intensity of sunlight, means next to no, you can say that the heat is there. Okay, so that this place is extremely cold. Now let us read this eco-feat. Countries in the frigid zone such as Norway have 6 months long days and 6 months long nights. Children, that means 6 months, half the year they have days and half the years they have nights. Okay. Okay children, so we have come to an end of this chapter. Okay, let us sum up the climatic zones. The factors affecting the climatic zones are distance from the equator, altitude, directions of the wind, distance from the sea. Now there are 3 zones, we will read that. Torrid zone, areas of the earth near the equator. Temperate zone, areas not near the equator or the south or the north pole. Frigid zone, areas inside the Arctic Circle and Antarctic Circle. For torrid zone, north torrid zone, south torrid zone. Similarly, north temperate zone, south temperate zone, and again north frigid zone and south frigid zone. Thank you children. Thank you so much. Take care, be safe and bye.